olubengo era kimanyi lungi nti nina ekyetaagisa okusobola olubengo. Vetting bali be basalawo be bamanyi naye nze okulaba okwange omulimu gwange ngukoze bulungi naye ekyenkomerero bali be basalawo. Omulimu kuweereza bannayuganda from the bench. Seeing the same thing differently is normal when you are dealing with human beings, even within the family. If all your children agree all the time on this everything, just know you have people who have no brains. So it is perfectly healthy. It will develop our democracy. Each one has a different mandate. They are free to do it, and then at the end of the day, what comes out is for the benefit of Ugandans. That's the key. Okay. 1,001 people. Each person is free to think the way he thinks. So that's what democracy is all about. Each one is free to, even when the thinking is justified or unjustified. So those are areas outside my control. Okay. How people think is their deliberate.
What do you think is the task ahead of you, especially to deal with constitutionalism and rule of law in the country?
It is largely, first of all, it's fairness, independence. All those are extremely important. And being able to appreciate the values and aspirations of the Ugandan people and aligning our decisions to the values and aspirations of the Ugandan people, but in accordance with the law.
Thank you for your time, sir.
As a judiciary,
the Constitution provides that when a constitutional matter comes up, the Court of Appeal must deal with it because people must know the interpretation of appeal. The law allows another appeal to the Supreme Court.
away from just delivering the justice as is or looking at interpretations of the law or the constitutional questions that come to you as justices of the Court of Appeals or constitutional court as is, do you still consider issues to do with how fair you should be as justices in delivering justice?
Yes, it's true. That's the work of a judge, to do justice to every case that comes up. Because every case is unique. You have to look at the circumstances. At the Court of Appeal level, you look at how the lower court handled the case. Was there evidence to support the decision of the judge at the High Court level? You know, was the law followed? So you can actually overturn a High Court decision basing on reasons, because in every situation when you make a judgment, you must give reasons for your judgment. Yes. It's a court of justice. Don't want to tribalize it. Obujulizi. At a Court of Appeal level, batunira obujulizi muntu bwe yaleeta. Court yasinziira ku kyokusala bwatyo. Batunira amateeka googera ku ki ku kintu ekyo. Like, for example, if it's about land, was there evidence of ownership? Kubawa judgment that yalina nyini ttaka eryo. You know? So the Court of Appeal would actually look at all that. Yes.
You take up office when there's a famous slogan of the judiciary being under trial, and I want to know from you as an individual within the judiciary and one that is expected to deliver.
It is not. You don't expect to please everybody when a judgment is delivered. Actually, it's like sometimes when there's a competitive football match, there must be a winner in a football match. You've seen the World Cup. They always give extra time. Then if all the time allocated for the game is completed, they even give goal shooting, straight, penalty shootings, you know, to get the winner. So in a court case, there must be a winner. So judgment should come out, not as a draw. Bituli bitya obirabyewa bituli muki kyogereko elaborate kuki. No, it depends on every case. Never generalize. Kisinziira ku musango gw'otutteyo obujulizi wabuleese. There are some instances where witnesses don't turn up. Vital witnesses to give evidence in a particular case may not turn up. So what do you think the court is going to do? Court cannot manufacture evidence when the litigants have failed to bring the evidence to the court. Okay? And actually there's appeal. That's why there's a court of appeal, there's a Supreme Court. Oba tomatidde osobola okweyongerayo mu maaso. Twemulugunyeeyo nga tutofuddeyo okweyongera mu maaso because the Constitution put all this in place.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And the judiciary is saying we are understaffed, having a low number of judges. With now 21 judges of the High Court, you can be sure that there's going to be expeditious resolution of cases, because now the workload on the existing judges is going to be spread across the new ones. So administration of justice is going to improve. For the Court of Appeal, you have also equally heard, even from our recent annual performance report, one of the biggest challenges was the understaffing of the court. Now, with these new justices taking the Court of Appeal to 20 justices, we are seeing the reality of being able to have more officers dispensing justice and handling the current 12,000 cases that are stuck in the Court of Appeal. So the whole point is that more workforce for the caseload is going to mean improved administration and quick justice for the people of Uganda.
How are you going to maintain?
As the new judges, we are coming up with an undertaking surely to improve the image of the judiciary. A couple of us have been within the judiciary, so we know the challenges that have been there. We also have new people that have joined, whom I believe are coming in really with the resolve to make judiciary different. So we undertake to adhere to the code of conduct, and that is how we are going to be able to work without falling victim of these unethical practices that some of the people that have been dismissed fell victim of. So we are coming in to maintain the oath, the judicial oath that we are going to take, but also to stand firmly on the principles in the code of conduct for judicial officers. And we are alive to the environment we work in, and so just chatting with a couple of my colleagues, everyone is coming really with an attitude for change, with an attitude for good work, with an attitude to improve the image of the judiciary. So I believe with God being our helper, surely there should be a difference that is coming into the judiciary.
Is every day a day of trial?
Of trial of a judicial officer every day, because the two parties that appear before you are all trying you also in a way, because whom will you believe, who will win and who will lose? So that is the trial a judicial officer goes through on a daily. So that's the kind of life a judicial officer goes through. And for some of us who have been there for some time, that is part of our daily package, a daily trial. But with the wisdom that God gives and a grounding in the law, a judicial officer can go through those daily trials over and over again as they run through their career.
Had any issues with us. They indicated that they had already done most of the background work and that we had been found suitable to serve this nation and dispense justice without fear, without favor, without bias, and to be accountable to the people. Because as you are aware, justice belongs to the people and must be dispensed by courts in the name of the people. That's all I can say for now. I am happy to begin serving as a judge of the High Court. Bulungi. Naye ebintu byagenze bulungi nnyo. Madam Speaker ne Appointments Committee batugambye nti byonna bigenze bulungi. Kakati nti to avoiding corruption, tuyambe government okudeliveringa justice, kubanga justice yamba nnyo abantu. Omuntu wa wansi tebagala corruption nti oba ogenze mu kooti olina okusasula sente. Ate Mwami Katuntu n'agamba nti we batukola judgment erina okubeera mangu omuntu talinda mwaka 2-3 for judgment.
Very well, I must say. We're just reminded that we are all together in the system. There's no judiciary, there's no executive, there's no legislature. We are all in the system, and having been appointed, the parliamentarians had already done a background check on us. So it wasn't a very rigorous process because they've done all their homework and they think we are fitting people to the right office and should serve diligently and should make sure because we get our power from the people, so the people are expecting us to also give back without fear or favor. and yeah, to do our judicial roles properly. So personally, I'm very, very excited and very happy because Uganda is home. I feel good serving the nation that has given me back. Ebibuuzo bibadde tebiri taafu nnyo naye batugambye mugende maaso kati mwe CV yammwe eraga byonna muli capable ngende mukole bya aba judge naye making sure bantu bali basanyufu nga balaba temwina nga musosola bintu nga mukola nga temutya abantu judgments zamwe nga abantu bazisoma ne bagamba kale ono yamanyi kyakola. Nguzi bye biki? Ebyo tebabikwata. Not with me, not with our panel. Not with our panel. Yeah.
Maybe for me, you're coming to judiciary at a time when it is fighting a lot of backlog.
Yes.
What is it
That is why I have come. Because I was as a practitioner, I've been practicing law for the 25 years, and for that I can tell you one thing: there's a lot of backlog and a lot of cases, and it's a welcome thing that now funds have been put into appointing judges. So we needed more judges, we needed more money dispensed in the judiciary. But case management is very important. You just make sure that you clear your backlog, IT is done. You make sure there's zero tolerance if there's any corruption issues. You deal with the stakeholders, court users committee. There's a lot of things. Some are a bit technical, but with me as your judge now, you will see there will be a bit of a difference. That's why I decided.